I am now working on this section here and getting that dialed in. The measurements that I've come up with are 20 inches, so that's what I've got cut here, 20-inch rods. And how I'm going to deal with this whole thing, because this and this rod have to be solid. It cannot move through there, or else that happens and it binds. So that has to be a solid connection somehow. And so what I'm going to do is take this up to work and get one of my co-workers to weld that up for me. So as you can see, I have one kind of set up here, ready to go. One of the interesting things I found is, you see how this is tighter here than it is here? The tighter that is, the more it kind of comes in, the wing end of the edge of that wing comes in and tucks in against the body. And also, when it travels, it doesn't have to travel as far to have this wing go almost fully extended. So that's been kind of an interesting thing. I'm always blown away by these mechs. They're just how little changes will create different results. Pretty cool. So one of the challenges I'm having right now is how to address this whole area here. How to get it to be on there. What I'm thinking I'm going to do is maintain this 90-degree bend, and I tried putting another bend in here to see if I could hook around, but it was too much. It's like the bend has to be this thickness here, so that isn't really going to work. So what I think I might do is just put the 90-degree bend in and then cut it with a thread die, and that way I can put a nylock on it. I'm going to discuss that with my coworkers, because these guys, new place I work at, these guys are all metal fabricators, so they'll be able to give me a quick and easy solution. So that's where I am with that. With the body frame that Goth Gloom, Dawn and Mary did, they have kind of a really cool bulldog stance going on with theirs. They're basing it on a sculpture, so they're following those skeletal lines within the sculpture. What I think mine is going to be more like is kind of more that classic one where the arms come down and meet up very close up here. But what I'm thinking I might want to do a little differently is maybe have only one arm come down and the other one reaching out. I don't know if I can pull it off. I don't know if it'll look good if I do. But, you know, I'm going to experiment a little bit and see what it looks like and see how I would have to kind of change things in order to make them look good. But so this is where I'm going to kind of start working right now. Get some PVC and melt it up and screw it down and see what it looks like. So I took this up to the guys I work with. I said, well, what should I do about that connection up there? Should I bend it and tap it? And they said, well, why not just weld that same thing on there? I was like, why not? So there you have it. I did cheat a bit. One of my colleagues, Kelly, he's the guy who actually did the welding. Just because these guys do it all the time, right? I could do it, but it wouldn't look like that. Look horrible and hairy. I'd have to grind it to make it look pretty. These guys, done. So I still have to make 2 more of these. I didn't have enough of these brackets. for some stupid ass reason. So they will, I'll get some more this week and get them welded up. You see I've got a bind point there. I think I might have went just a little too short on this point. But literally that only has to travel 2 inches, 3 inches. Impressive. Impressive design. This is really well executed. And I'm not talking this. I'm talking the design itself. The guy who came up with this design, Pyroschnid. Very cool, very cool. And I understand it's kind of like a 12 bar, or sorry, 12 bar. Thinking music. It's kind of like a 4 bar, right? So here's where you're lifting. That's where you're extending, right? So, yeah, really cool. I'm always blown away by this. I've been trying to figure out how I'm going to put a body onto this. I would like the body to be able to disassemble in order to maybe get in and make repairs or you know, change out components, whatever need to do. So I think I've come up with a plan. I was watching Haunters Hangout, and Amy Cressinger used basically plastic containers. She was using detergent containers to flesh out the bodies, the understructure of her props, and then doing spray foam on that. So, figuring giant ass kitty litter box, I might be able to cut that up, mount that onto here, maybe heat it up and bend it, and maybe make it so I can remove the body if need be. And once everything goes on here, you know, I'm trying to obviously make it bulletproof so I don't have to take it apart. That's the one thing I don't want to have to do, is to be, you know, have these things go up on the pillars and then fail and a wing doesn't work and blah blah blah, because I haven't done my due diligence to making sure that this thing is as bulletproof as possible. However, there are always unforeseens, and so I'd like that ability to be able to do that. I just don't know if I'm going to be able to achieve it, but that's kind of what I'm going for. So thank you, Amy. I'm going to try cutting up this and putting it on the body. That may not be for a while, because it's freaking cold up here.